Sharing more than just supplies, you are sharing hope.
Don't let biased algorithms or degree screens or exclusive professional networks or stereotypes. Don't let anything keep you from discovering the half of the workforce who are stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time to tear the paper ceiling and see the stars beyond it. Find out how you can make stars part of your talent strategy at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field, Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Stand by. On my mark.
You survived the workday. Now survive the truth.
Don't you want to have the best 12 teams in college football playing each other?
It's time for the hardest hitting 2 hours on the Panhandle.
I love it. You're coming through. You got it, baby.
Now into the huddle with Paul Wilson on the Sports Blitz.
It is a joyous day. I love your show.
From the Emerald Coast to the edge of the atmosphere.
You gentlemen lift us up every day.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And it's Friday, and you're locked in right here to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Your spot for college basketball. Don't forget, tomorrow we got a good one. Florida at Ole Miss at 10:30. Then we got Kentucky at Auburn at 7. Also, don't forget on Sunday, my guy Wendell Carter playing the Clippers at 7:30. Tip-offs at 8 o'clock. Right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in and be a part of the show on the Red 7T's phone line, 850-215-6290. As always, on a Friday, got Jeffrey in the building. We wearing matching T-shirts today. Says Tops Rip Night. We got gifted these shirts together because we're going to talk about it later, but we got a lot of cool stuff going on in the card industry this weekend at local places. So, Jeffrey, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Tourists have invaded Panama City.
I know. It is back beach crazy today. Yeah. And
I was stuck behind an Alabama fan.
Yeah, roll tide. That's good. And as always, on a Friday, we got Bone Crusher in the building. Bone Crusher, how you doing today?
All right. Coming up today, your chance to win $25 to the Lone Star Boil House, plus $25 to that boot store, 12-pack of Buffalo Rock, and some other cool swag.
Oh, yes. It's awesome day. We're going to have a great day. And one of the reasons why we're going to have a great day is we've got Mosley head basketball coach, Coach Green, in the house. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing good by itself.
We are doing fantastic. And as well with us, the starting guard, the leader of the Mosley basketball team. I'm going to let you introduce him because he's your guy and led your team this year. Go ahead and introduce him today.
We've got Mr. Isaiah Smith, number 1, leading scorer in the county. Best player in the county, led the Mosley Dolphins. Has been a part of my program for 4 years.
Isaiah, honored to have you. How you doing today?
Doing good, thank you.
You're welcome, man. We've been watching. We've been at a lot of the games, not all of them, every one that we could be, and just enjoyed it. And so what did it mean to you this year as a player leading this team? Obviously, last year, I was looking over your stats. You did really well, had a great season last year. But this year was your team, and this was the time that you had the opportunity to be Mr. Mosley, so to speak. How was that coming into the year?
I think just stepping into the role of the senior leader and coming off we didn't have bad seasons, but I think just the expectations of what everyone was expecting was super high. So just being able to step up for my team and be a leader, be that key player that we needed.
So when you stepped into that leader and you guys obviously started practice earlier before the season really started, is that when you really, knew that not only were you going to be, the leader on the floor, but you had to be the leader in the locker room. Speak to that a little bit. How does it feel that even though you might be having a peer that's with you, someone that's the same grade as you, but then you've got these younger guys that are looking up to you, how did that feel for you to take on that leadership role?
I mean, I embrace it. I like stuff like that. Like, I like stepping into the leadership role, being able, like, someone that the younger guys look up to, like, just being able to kind of show them the road and, like, pave the way for what the future of Mosley should look like. And I think it's just, like, if you embrace it, I think all the good things will come with it instead of, like, looking at it as a challenge. Like, it's an opportunity for me. Like, I looked at it as a blessing.
Coach, what kind of growth did you see by Isaiah with just that part? Because you know as well as I do, life is kind of like a game, and obviously basketball, you're going to be a leader of a team, or you're going to have a business or something like that. And so this is characteristics of a young man showing in front of you. So how was his growth as starting from, your first 4 years or from him being a freshman up until this point?
I mean, it was tremendous. We brought him up as a freshman. After Christmas break, I believe we brought him up, and we started him. Like, I was just like, if we're going to do this, we're just going to start him. And he embraced it. And then you would see him from his sophomore year, he gained more confidence. His junior year, he had some really, really good games. Mm-hmm. And then going into his senior year, I knew he was going to have a really great season. I'm not going to lie, probably a month or two after the season ended. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to my coaches, and I was like, he's probably the best player that we've had right now. And I mean, we've had some pretty good players, and then right after that season, he was at every workout, and he just got better every single day. And like you said, he embraced, the role of being a leader. And he's an ideal student. He's an ideal athlete. My son looks up to him. He's always yelling his name at the house, going around shooting St. Isaiah Smith. So he's a leader. Like, he's just a great kid. And just to see it, we knew he was going to be a leader, but to see it come to fruition was great.
And we discussed it, and I've asked Coach several times. Probably he's like, stop asking me. Like Nick Saban said, stop asking. The answer's still the same. But you've decided that you do not want to continue playing basketball, but you want to go to college and you want to do something else. And I'm just as proud of you for the way you answered the question before we started today about that, because you know what? It's your choice, and the way you act and the way you carry yourself just within the first couple of minutes, I knew that you've got something special. So where are you going to go to school?
Well, I'm currently undecided about where I'm attending college, but I mean, I've got accepted into a couple of schools, but my main school is definitely South Florida.
Okay. And have you already decided what you're wanting to study, or do you have any kind of, extra stuff that you're thinking about?
Yes, sir. Definitely. I want to go to South Florida to get my bachelor's in finance and then transfer to Florida, or like go online at Florida and get my MBA.
Okay. Well, that's fantastic. So you want to deal with the money.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing wrong with that. Well, that's good, man. I'm proud of you. And, the one thing that we joked about and which, Coach told me, you're very well spoken, and you got a really good head on your shoulders. And you've got a girlfriend, and you guys won Mr. and Mrs. Mosley, or was it Homecoming King and Queen?
Yes, sir.
And so she's not gonna put anything aside for you. You're gonna clearly stay in school and go all out and do good, right?
Yes, sir. Completely locked in.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, if you've ever been to the Mosley basketball games, there's a guy that's on the sideline, and he's loud, and he's a tall guy, and he's got a shirt on, and he's taking videos, and I remember this game. It was very funny, the game against Arnold at Mosley, and Arnold had brought a lot of. No, wait a minute. It was Bay. It was Bay against Mosley. And Bay had brought a lot of students. They were all wearing black. And they stayed over in the corner. And I saw this guy, this man, this grown man on the sideline over there. And he was he was giving it to the Bay students in fun. Now, he wasn't doing anything out ridiculous. Who's that guy?
Yes, sir. That's my pops, my number one supporter.
And what does it mean to have someone like him that, like, he's there, and I don't know if he's got, is that your brothers with him?
Yes, sir, every game.
And they're both all there. They're all got signs or shirts or something. Talk about how that made you feel and how close you and your dad are.
Oh, we're super close, and it means the world to me. So, I mean, like, my brothers, they look up to me, so, like, being able to, like, trying to put on for them, and then the same thing with my dad. Like, he was an athlete back in the day, so, like, what you were talking about, going at it, like, with the students, it's just, like, having fun and still keep that competitive heart. But, I mean, it just means the world to me, like, to see all my family there supporting me and me being able to show out for them.
So, Coach, this year we went 18-10, and, you know, built from last year's group. Obviously didn't end the way you wanted it to. Give us a little bit of a walkthrough of what happened in that game. I knew that there was some closeness, but give us a walkthrough. I understand, you know, you had told me before the game that you guys were it's going to be a tough task, and that it was going to be one of the best players in the state that you guys were playing against. So give us a little recap of the game.
Well, we went down. We played Ponte Vedra. They lost in the state championship last year, and I think it's out of the 4 of the last 5 years, they either went to the state championship or the Final Four or something like that. So we were playing one of the better teams in all of Florida. They had a kid named Maddox. It's about, what do you say, about 6'5", 6'6", 210. He has a grown man body. Like, he is college ready right now.
Yeah.
And we kind of knew we had our work cut out. We're primarily a zone team. We knew we'd have to sprinkle in some man, but they had shooters as well, so he wasn't just the only person. First quarter, they jumped out on us, called timeout. We fought back. We were down 6. We missed a shot right at the first quarter to bring it down to 3. And then they kind of just started hitting shots, and we were kind of, you know, they're a lot bigger than us. Had a guy that was probably 6'6", probably played football or something.
Yeah.
And I watched Connor, and I'm yelling at him, and I look at the film, and he's trying everything possible to box this kid out, and he just can't. So we knew what we were against. They played as hard. You know, they played hard. That's all I could ask. The guy to my left, he made some plays at the beginning of the game, and, you know, he played the whole time. Asked him if he was okay, if he wanted to come out, and he wanted to finish out his game, which speaks to his character. You know, even though, you know, we didn't have a chance to come back and win that game at that time.
Yeah.
He wanted to stay out there with the seniors. So it was fun. I can brag on him, Christian, and the 3 other seniors for starting that class that got us to the playoffs, and, you know, just hopefully start something at Mosley. So I'm proud of them.
And that's the biggest thing, is, like, every year you have the goals and you have the aspirations to obviously try to win a state championship, and that's everybody's goal. But there's only one, and that's the thing. Like, it's not going to be the same team every year, and when you get to the place to where you've got to lay a foundation, and you just build, and then one day it's going to happen, and that's going to be, you know, and then you'll be able to come back to these guys and be like, hey, look, you guys were a part of that because you built on what you know we started. And so that being said, who do you have coming back next year? And I know you're really excited about your JV squad that played this year. So give us some names and tell some about that team that's coming back next year.
Trey Mitchell, our big that'll be coming back. JP Holzenbeck, who all y'all are familiar with football. Yep. Derek Ortiz. Those are 3 of our starters that'll be coming back. I'm trying to think. The young guys, you got Jordan Ward, Cade Denicky, who's actually a really good golfer. I think he won Golfer Player of the Year for golfers in Panama City. We actually just threw him in the game down there in Ponte Vedra, and he came in and he hit 2 threes right away.
What?
Yeah, he's gonna probably replace Connor. Like, he's one of the kids that he ran by their student section, and I don't know what he said, but the ref comes to me and goes, "Look, number 20 has got to chill out." But he'll tell you, he's a fiery kid. I think he's confident because he plays golf and he's really good.
Yeah,
he carries out
brings a swagger from another sport. That's great.
Yeah, but there's the freshmen that are on there, sophomores that are on our JV team. We got a pretty bright future. And like I said, it's all part of his class right there.
Well, that's fantastic. Isaiah, we're so happy to have you in. Now, you did something that is very commendable. You scored over 1,000 points this year. What did that mean to you, finally getting that? Obviously, everybody knew the game that was about to happen in. How did that make you feel to hit 1,000 points?
Make me feel great. I mean, I had a harder time to work towards it this year because I had to average a lot of points this year to get it. But I think that just was an incentive to just go after and get it. Just make me try to go harder every game. But it felt good hitting it. I mean, it hasn't been, or Eli did it last year, but before that, it hasn't been done in a little bit at Mosley. So I mean, it just felt good to join that club.
That's fantastic, Coach. You hit 1,000 points in your high school career.
I hit almost 2,000.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
I had to show him.
So let me ask all four of y'all sitting here right now, and I don't normally do this, but out of all of us sitting here, who would you guys think scored the most points in high school? I'll let you go first, Coach.
I would like to say myself, but I feel like this is a trick question.
Okay, so Coach says himself. Jeffrey, who do you think?
It's not me, your bone crusher.
That's for sure.
But you probably got the 4 digits, huh?
Who do you think? So you pick?
I think it's you. Yeah.
You pick me. Who do you think?
I think Coach Green. I've heard about him from around here. So I mean, some of it got to be true.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's true. He said almost 2,000, right, Coach?
I'd have to go back and calculate because a lot of the books and stuff were thrown away, but I want to.
They had to do ours in tablets. I'm so old. We chiseled ours in tablets like Noah. But Coach, I had 2,200 points in high school, but I will say this now, and I don't like to talk about myself much. I averaged 26 as a junior, 27 as a senior, but I also led the county in technical fouls. So, there was a side of me, I might be a little similar to this guy that I hear you talking about with the...
I only got 4.
Okay. Well, and that's the thing. And me and Coach Below was talking the other night, and his wife said, well, he gets a little fired up. But after the game the other night at Gulf Coast, they had lost, and the referees were, it was pretty atrocious. Obviously there was some calls for both sides, but it did lean one way. And I told him after the game, I said, I might have would have got one there. He said, no doubt.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I just thought that's really cool. But man, what a way to end your high school career. What a way to end your basketball career of being 1,000-point scorer. That's fantastic. You'll be in Mosley's history books for the rest of your life, and that's what it's all about. Now, we got about 4 minutes or so. Let's talk about some college basketball. Who do you think right now, Coach, do you think out of all these guys that are winning games, you got the Michigans, you got the Kansas, you got Nebraska, surprise this year, you got Illinois, you got all these Big Ten teams. Who do you think is going to win?
That team up there in the top left.
Them Gators.
You can ask him. I told the team last year the Gators would win the national championship. And I said, well, we got to come back. We can repeat. Lee's picked it up and Bland's picked it up. Boogie Flans picked it up. I truly think they have the bigs that nobody can mess with. And if Lee can make shots and Flan can continue, I truly believe they can win that championship.
That's going to be the key because you know as well as I do, when you get into the tournament, you got to be able to knock down the threes because if you look at it, not only can they score in the paint, their defense is fantastic in the paint.
Great. That's
a huge deal. All right, Isaiah, who you got? Because I saw you shaking your head. Are you shaking your head like he's not right?
No, I don't think they're not going to repeat this year. I think just replacing those 3 guards that they got rid of, that was the main key to why they won last year. But I don't know. I think right now I got Houston.
Houston's going.
I like Houston winning.
Okay. And we got some big ones this weekend, and I just really think
Houston messed up my bracket last year.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Sweet 16 or Elite 8. They dropped. I think it was Sweet 16.
They lost.
Sweet 16.
Wasn't that the national championship?
Yeah.
No.
Houston
was it?
Yeah,
oh, really was?
They played in the championship.
Oh, they beat somebody I had. That's what it was. Yeah. They didn't wreck my bracket though.
All right, real quick, we're going to go to the Red 70s phone line. We got Joey on the line. Joey, thanks for being patient. How you doing today, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing well. How's everyone doing today?
We're doing fantastic.
Well, first and foremost, thank you for taking my call, and thank you for covering high school athletics in our area. And Coach Green, this is Joey Nieves, former Milton coach, and I'm a Dario Green fan, and I had a question for him on his call.
Absolutely.
What's up, Coach?
Hey, man, a lot of people see the success that you guys are having. A lot of people don't see the sacrifices you make as a coach. And my question for you is, what type of sacrifices in the off-season grind are you and your guys doing to get your team better and better each year?
Well, after the season, we're going to take, about 2 weeks off, and then we'll get back to it. We're always, whether it's workouts in the morning, workouts after school, or lifting, we're trying to get it in. And we got a basketball class. Coach Joey is being very modest right now. This is an old Milton coach. He's a dog as a coach right there.
Yeah,
yes,
you can tell us. We got time. You can tell us a little bit more about him if you want.
He was previously the coach over at Milton. Had a lot of success. He's done a lot of stuff for Northwest Florida. Isaiah can remember when we go over and we play in the Milton area, those tournaments, those preseason. He's helped out a lot. Just being honest, he put on a fall league that we played in, got some live games, helped us figure out where we were at.
Fantastic.
Helped us figure out to be better. And he's just doing a lot of stuff for the Northwest Florida basketball area. He loves it. He's a great coach. So he's calling me and asking me. He's got all the answers. That's a great coach right there.
Talented.
Somebody working on that.
That's right. Hopefully Joey knows how to drive as well as coach. Well, Joey, what do you think about Coach Green as far as like the individual? I mean, we talk about him as a coach, but you know him on a personal level. What do you describe him, if you could, for us and for the listeners here?
Yeah, I've gotten to know Coach Green over the last couple of years, and a lot of stuff we know from each other is from obviously the basketball side of things. But I've been, been able to follow him, and I know this. I know he's a great family guy. I know he loves his family. He does what he can to provide and protect, and he's a good dad. And that's why I called to kind of ask him that question, because I know the sacrifices he makes being away from the family to pour into the Mosley program, and he's doing a good job, and I just wanted him to know that.
I appreciate that, Coach.
Well, thank you so much for calling, Coach Joey. We appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Coach, talking about family, we can't leave today without talking about you, to let you brag on your wife a little bit, because I saw the other post the other day. You're at the Arnold flag football girls game.
Yes, sir.
And why were you there?
My wife, she is one of the assistant coaches. She is locked in as a coach now.
Oh, come on.
She is texting me like, this is addicting. So I think it's going to help me out being a basketball coach. When I'm like, hey, I need to go work out. She's like, hey, babe, you can go do your thing because I can relate. But she's stepping into the coaching realm. She actually has a game tonight versus Rutherford. So we're going to beeline back. She's going to come scoop us from the house, and we're going to go out there. I'm going to support her. I'll have to wear some Arnold flag football stuff.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine. Don't let him push you away. That's fine. You support your wife. That's fine.
She supports some Mosley basketball stuff. But she loves it. And it's cool to see her find something, very similar to what I do.
Oh, yeah.
And she's finding love and enjoying it. So it's awesome.
So we haven't been able to cover it yet, but we are going to, because I think it's fun. I think it's awesome. So tell us a little bit about it, because I know the fans are wanting to know a little bit about it.
So actually, when we were playing Ponte Vedra, they had a tournament in Jacksonville. So I got to watch them, and it was a bunch of, it was at the Jacksonville Jaguars practice. Mm-hmm. And there was a bunch of teams out there, so that was my first experience with them. And then I went and watched her play, or Arnold play South Walton. And those girls are good. Mm-hmm. And I watched Mosley and Rutherford as well. And there's some really talented, ladies in this city. Yeah. And it's, I haven't played flag football in a long time, but to go out there and watch those ladies go out there and compete, it's actually really, really fun. So I don't know what I'm going to do next week when we play each other, Arnold and Mosley. But it'll be, if you haven't seen it in Panama City, go out, support those young ladies.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard one. What would you do, Isaiah, in that? Because one pays your salary, the other one makes your dinners. Wait, you got to learn because, I mean, you're going to be a young man.
You might just got to end up sick. Stay at the house with that one.
That's right. That's a great answer, man. That's fantastic.
He got the ring on. You better choose that one.
you better choose wisely when it concerns the female side of the family, for sure.
So that's going to be in the next Olympics in Los Angeles, flag football, men's and women's. The dynamic is kind of weird because they have a 5-on-5 situation. I don't know if the women's here
is 7-on-7.
Yeah. 7-on-7, and they play a 70-yard field.
Okay. They play full, and then it's 12 minutes. Yeah, it's a long ways.
Wow.
Yeah. It is. It's very tiring.
That's taxing on a guy who's 52.
Well, that was what I was going to do. We're going to attempt to make this work. We're going to figure out who will let us come and do it. We're going to put a celebrity flag football adult older men against these awesome girls, and
so
probably
the kids can have a laugh.
Probably kill us.
I'm telling you, Arnold's got a girl. She's a freshman. I don't know her name. She is good. She's like the real deal. And then Mosley, Faith, I can't remember the soccer girl. Like and there's another girl that was just moving. There are some real athletes. Y'all don't need to do it.
I'm just so good. Yeah. The other thing I don't know if you're aware of, but we're going to be going over because of the NFL Combine.
Okay.
We're going to go over with Coach Tommy Joe the first Friday in March, and Coach Tommy Joe is going to put us through the Combine. Well, I'm just going to do the run. I'm just going to do the 40, and they're going to clock us and all. But Jeffrey, we're going to get him to do all of it. I talked to Coach Tommy Joe.
Wait a minute. No, I'm not doing all of it.
Yeah, you are, yeah. I talked to Coach this morning, and we're getting it all planned and set up, so it's going to be on live. We're going to do it on Facebook and all that. So
I can hit some dummies and all that, but what else are we doing?
Well, you're going to have to bench 225.
Oh, okay.
all that. So, yeah, he can.
You should get up for the Mosley mornings.
Yeah, we're probably going to do it.
It's going to be a Friday morning.
Time. Yeah, so we'll probably do it around that time and do the video and all. And they're going to
mornings are at like 5:30.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to be there at 6. I can't be there before dark. Yeah, for sure. But either way, thank you so much for coming in, Coach. We'll have you in as the basketball season keeps going, if that'd be great with you. But Isaiah, just again want to say, man, we're so proud of you. What a great season! You did a great job, and we wish you nothing but the best for your future. And as well, as talking to you, I know you're going to do very well. And just keep your head up and keep rolling, keep being you, because you're awesome.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having us.
All right. You're welcome. Well, when we come back, we are going to discuss a little bit more of college basketball and some things going on in the NFL. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Text in now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
So can I go off the deep end and say 3-0?
Okay, 3-0. We got it.
And then you come back home in the swamp, and you're playing Ole Miss, coming off an LSU game. Let's say Ole Miss gets a little beat up. Could I even think that the Gators could be 4-0 after beating Ole Miss? Is it a possibility with a different coach at Ole Miss? I'm going off the deep end, Paul. I'm giving all the Gator fans hope.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. The remainder of the day, a possibility of thunderstorms and mostly clouds, and a temperature of 71 with wind 8 to 12 miles per hour out of the south-southwest. A variety of slight fog and very light showers tonight, and quite warm near 66. A variety of slight fog and light sprinkles and 74 tomorrow. 67 and light showers Sunday. This is your Friday's weather brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Crawfish season is back, and the heat is on at Lone Star Boil House. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for delicious, mouth-watering Cajun crawfish, shrimp, buttery red royals, and everything crab. Plus, Lone Star Boil House is now serving liquor. Get crawfish 6 days a week, open to close. To-go crawfish also available at the front bar, and crush the follow on Facebook for frequent food and drink specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win. Subs, chips, and drinks for 4 at Jersey Mike's on 23rd Street. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and crush the contest button.
Winning.
The ESPN Northwest Florida app is available for Android and Apple.
This is Coach Stephen Pearl. Your home for Auburn basketball on the Panhandle is 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the most opinionated sports talk show on the Panhandle. This is the Sports Blitz on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball. Don't forget Florida at Ole Miss tomorrow, early, 10:30 a.m. Then you got Kentucky at Auburn at 7. And also don't forget my guys over there, the Magic, playing the Clippers. 8 o'clock tip-off on Sunday. We're pumped up and ready to go. Got Jeffrey in the building, Bone Crusher here. We've got to talk about something here locally, but not really locally, but statewide. Florida Senate has passed the Teddy Bridgewater Act, allowing K through 12 coaches to use up to $15,000 of their personal funds to assist players. Wow. So you know the whole story. We'll talk about it just a little bit, kind of go into the detail of it all. So realistically, before all of this, you were not allowed to buy things for your student athletes. And what Teddy Bridgewater, he's a former NFL quarterback or current NFL quarterback, backup quarterback. He had his team down there in Miami, and he bought their stuff. I mean, he just went out and bought stuff for them to wear and bought stuff for the team.
He also gave them rides, though, right?
And they gave them rides and all of that. So not cars. He gave them rides to and from.
Yeah. Oh, God, no.
But you understand what I'm saying? So there was a big deal, and he was in violation.
So I'm a little surprised at the law, but I'm more surprised by the dollar amount because that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And, are coaches really that rich where Teddy Bridgewater is?
Yeah.
But the other coaches, who's going to be shelling out that kind of money for their kids?
But, that's a good amount because if you take it and say you've got a team and say, because look, man, when you look at these guys that are out here, it depends on whether or not they get the funding. And there's sometimes there's not any funding. And so they have to fundraise. They have to sell barbecue plates. They have to have booster clubs that get sponsors with businesses in the area. It's a really hard thing to do. You've got, the high schools here. You got Mosley and Arnold and Bay and Bozeman and Rutherford and all that. They all have, booster clubs. They all have, they're trying to get funds raised, and it's tough. And so to me, 15,000 is that's one individual coach.
Yeah.
So, and you got to think sometimes these coaches, definitely down in the south of South Florida, you've got coaches that are former NFL players. You got coaches that are former, coaches that maybe their sons play in or whatever. And so these guys are able now to give 15,000. I like it. I think it's great because now is the law written? And I haven't read the law, but I just read this kind of synopsis of it all. But would it be bad if you spend it on paying the player or giving that $15,000 to them? Because Florida, you can have an NIL deal here in Florida.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think that that's going to really, because of having the opportunity to have an NIL deal, I don't think it's really going to be a big deal for this $15,000. You know, it's just like the quarterback that plays in Alabama, a school in Florida offered him $1 million to come and be their quarterback for this coming up year. He turned them down. He's signed with the University of Alabama. But he was a junior, and he didn't want to leave his school in Alabama, so he made $0 because Alabama does not have the NIL like Florida does, but Florida did offer, this high school did offer him $1 million.
If it was a few years ago, I think this would end up back up in the courts because of equal access, because some coaches are richer than others, and certain areas of the country are richer than others. I think that there would be a lawsuit right after this law would go into, or be in the House, really.
Yeah, and I would like to look at it. I would like to, read it and read kind of what the precepts are about it, because I just, what I'm thinking of, and again, this is, we're docked as the most opinionated show on the Panhandle, so I'm giving my opinion right here.
Here we go.
Who's going to stop somebody from giving the coach $15,000 and allowing the coach to say that's his money and he's going to be able to do what he wants to do?
Wow.
So you see what I mean? Like, I don't mind that.
Mm-hmm.
If it's for facilities, if it's for gear, if it's for equipment, because you need that kind of stuff to be able to compete. Everybody wants to be able to compete, and you can't just go outside and run circles around the football field and that be it. You need blocking sleds, you need, training equipment, you need weights in the weight room, you need, they need to be able to have nice cleats. They need to be able to dress nice. They need to be able to have a uniform that is nice. I mean, you playing for pride here. And so I'm all for it, man. I'm not into all the stuff going on with the college football, but I think the high school football, man, they beg and beg and beg and beg and beg and try to do everything. I mean, I'll tell you this. When I was in high school playing high school baseball, so I played basketball and baseball. At the end of basketball season, baseball season would start. So I always had conflict. It overlapped, yes. And so, but I always was required to be a part of the fundraisers. All right? So even though I was playing basketball, having my, we never made it past the first round of the playoffs because we just wasn't that good. But I would always have to go and be a part. So we had a game. Our last game of the season was like at 7 o'clock. And man, I played my heart out. Well, I had to be out at 6 a.m. and it was cold still. I remember it. Out in a four-way at a red light with buckets, begging people for money for our baseball program. And I just, so I love the fact that they can give money to these schools, to the students, whoever they want to give it to be able to make it easier for them. Because, gosh, we had a good time. We made the most of it, but we froze out there holding a bucket, asking people to throw dollar bills on it and holding signs. You know what I mean? And we wasn't we were panhandling, but we were panhandling for the baseball team. So there you go.
Well, question, Paul, this $15,000, is that like a limit for the whole season, for the whole team, or is it like a per player thing?
Per coach.
The coach can spend $15,000.
Yep. He can use up to $15,000 personal funds to assist players.
So he's asking, is the assistant manager can do that also, and not just the head coach?
Yep, the assistant coaches can do it.
Can you say, all right, I need to spend $15,000 on my guard and another $15,000 on my forward?
No, just $15,000, $15,000. So if I want to give $1,000 to my quarterback, but I mean, I'm just saying, I think it's good. I think it's as long as they can figure out how, and it seems like they're doing it the right way. So with that being said, I'm pretty happy about that. Now, we are still talking about high school. Let's stay in the state of Florida.
Well, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's say you're a high school coach. Mm-hmm. I don't care what sport. It doesn't really matter. What would you do for your players? Because I'm telling you one thing I'd probably do for my players, because I'm all about not just the exercise part of it and, and getting practice and everything, but I'm also about diet. And I think I would probably have some cookouts. And it sounds crazy enough, but I would worry about the health of my players and as far as like the intake that you have of not just nutrients, but protein.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something I would probably do that's kind of different than from what you would probably do, right?
Yeah,
Paul, what were you eating when you were playing high school basketball, traveling around? What were y'all eating? McDonald's, or were y'all getting nutrient-rich dinners?
Okay, well, in high school, we did not go eat anywhere unless you had your money.
Yeah.
And what we would eat would be at the game, at the concession stand. So you'd have to bring your own money to be able to eat concession stand food after or before the game. And sometimes the coach would be like, hey, nobody eat hot dogs. You can have this, or this. But you had to buy it on your own. Now, when we got to college, the college provided the food and the meals and all that. And it wasn't very good. Our coach was really strict because he got a stipend for all the year. And I don't know what he did with the extra money because it just seemed like we always ate at McDonald's. And the All-American meals too back in the day.
I did a lot of smoothies and I did a lot of baked chicken, but let me tell you what I used to do after I'd pump weights. I would go to Wendy's on cheat, which was a lot of times, right? Triple Wendy's burger, yes, with cheese. Wow. And I would have my Biggie fry and then a 6-piece nugget and of course a Coke. Yeah.
Wow.
And I would hammer that down because right after you work out, I mean, you act like you're starving.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just filling up, what your body's missing out because you just burned off a whole lot of calories, right?
Yeah. So, and you make a great point. Like how cool would it be to be able to provide a great meal,
nutrition
after a game or after practice to people that are on your team to show your appreciation for them. Now, obviously, it'd come out of your own pocket.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just one of those things. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we do have to discuss one other thing that is crazy that's coming out of South Florida. You got to hear this one. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
This is Touchstone Service. The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The number 12 Florida Gators travel to face the Ole Miss Rebels this Saturday. Riding a 6-game winning streak, Florida comes in as one of the hottest teams in the country. While Ole Miss is currently mired in an 8-game losing skid. Coverage starts Saturday morning at 10:30, tip-off at 11 on your home for Florida Gator basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfort Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
Looking for the most romantic night out in Panama City? Ferrucci Ristorante is your destination for authentic Italian cuisine and unforgettable moments. The candlelight, the wine, the homemade pasta. It's like a little slice of Italy. From handcrafted sauces to centuries-old recipes, Ferrucci brings true Italian flavor to every plate. It's where love stories begin and anniversaries are celebrated. To reserve your table, call 850-913-9131. Ferrucci Ristorante, Panama City's most romantic escape.
You've been low-key thinking about dropping a podcast. Well, now is the time to start, brah. Sports, politics, finance, science, health, real estate, music, interviews, surfing, conspiracy theories, or alien abductions. Ready to main character your own content? We can make it happen with Turnkey Podcast Productions from 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. Our local, modern, state-of-the-art multimedia recording studio is now available for booking. starting at just $100 an episode. Take your fandom to the next level. For more information, text the keyword studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio to 850-215-6290. Text studio 215-6290 or jam over to ESPNPC.com. Bruh.
It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Now. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball right here in the Panhandle. And don't forget tomorrow, Florida at Ole Miss, 10:30. Florida is on fire. Ole Miss is not. So look for them Gators to roll right on through Oxford. Don't forget that. Also, Kentucky at Auburn, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Hopefully, Auburn will fight against Kentucky. Who do you see in that one? I think Kentucky's probably going to win that one. It's at Auburn. It's hard to play there. The fans will be there. They'll be doing everything. Kentucky is in a must-win situation. They need to move up. Auburn is in a must-win situation. They need to move up. So this game right here could be a determining factor of who gets left in or out of the tournament. I'm saying because it could throw them into a tizzy and go into a losing streak.
Yeah, but it's hard to say because they are the ones that are on that pivot point.
Yeah.
They are not in.
No,
and they're not.
Neither
completely
one
out.
of them are.
But, I mean, sure, this is an important game, but you have 4 games behind probably, on the season, and there's a little bit of time, Let's say you drop this one, you can win the next 4 and be in.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true. We're going to go ahead and go to the Red 70s phone line. We got Big Nate on the line, and Nate, I think I'm reading this right, but I don't know, man. Nutrition? That's what we're talking about?
How's it get big?
Oh, you, Josh, tell me I was eating poorly for a long time. No, when I was growing up, I mean, I came from a very small, secluded school up in the Northwest. We were actually B11, but we had a strong community base. And our coach that came in was a new coach, freshman year, and he instilled basically team dinners every Friday.
Yeah.
Because we played on Saturday. We didn't have lights or anything. So if it was a home game, it was like in the afternoon on a Saturday. If it was a away game, sometimes we played Friday night or whatever if they had a field that had lights. So, I mean, there was a lot of different things. But we only played 9 games a year. But throughout, like, 2-a-days and then all through the summer training, we always had somebody, like we do potlucks or we'd have, like, the boosters, have, like, somebody set up a house just with food, and we'd all show up there and do our team building around nutrition. Now, of course, in away games, we didn't have McDonald's on the island, so we just, wherever you want to go, as long as you're back on the bus in an hour. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I usually hit McDonald's because it was cheap back then, and I didn't have a lot of money. I grew up in a very, I'd say poor. I was a poor household. But, learning from that, though, when my son got into football, I wanted to make sure that his nutrition was top-notch. I wanted to make sure that he had everything that he needed to persevere in the sport that he wanted to play. And football was his life. Now, unfortunately, he got injured young, never really was able to recover from it, but he tried. Yeah. And that's all I can say. He made it to the Air Force, and so that was a blessing.
Yeah.
And but he's always loved football, and he's always been really nutritionally focused, and he works out all the time, and he has the food plans, and he's trying to bulk up right now. But what I'm trying to say is that we overlook a lot of things, especially because of money.
Yeah, for sure.
And if there was a way that the community, and I'm talking about district-wide kind of support for athletics and the nutritional base. I know they have stuff they send home with the kids, on the weekends in case they don't have food at home or something. But this is a completely different monster.
Yeah.
You've got kids out there that don't know what to do. They don't know how to eat. And it's just kind of like, I want to give them the best leg forward so that they can make that step to the next level if they choose to do so.
Yeah. No, and that's completely right in tune with what Jeffrey was saying. And, man, it really perked my ears because I think that's so important. And hopefully some of these coaches that do have, and $15,000 is the limit, and that's what we keep saying, but shoot, $5,000, $1,000, $2,000, whatever it takes to be able to get these kids to whatever they need, whether it is food and nutrition or if it's, new cleats or if it's, new helmets, because, the biggest thing is like we dealing with concussions now so much that maybe hopefully they can have the helmets that'll help them, and it won't, cause them problems when they get older.
Well, that's what kept my son out of the Marine Corps. He wanted to be a Marine like me, but he had too many concussions playing football.
Yeah.
So he was lucky enough to get a waiver and get into the Air Force, and, then he ended up doing something in the Air Force and blew out his knee. So he was playing intramural football and tore his ACL. So
wow.
There you go. I mean, served his country well.
Yeah, that's right. Unreal.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward to everything that's coming down, especially with the Combine. And I'm really looking at that lineman from Florida, that center guard combo.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a really good fit for my Seahawks. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I'll catch you on Monday.
All right, Nate. Thank you so much for the call, man. We always appreciate your conversation, buddy. He's right. That's the thing. You hopefully this will open up a very good thing, because for the state of Florida, you've got a lot of kids that, that may not know, that may not get that opportunity, that may, their best meal might come from school that day, and I mean, that's just a reality. It's not, mom's working, dad's working, maybe they do corn dogs at night. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what it is. And so hopefully these coaches, with having a little bit more flexibility, hoping that it will be something that will be able to help them to make it what it's all about. And it's about these kids being able to either, have a good learn how to play it on the team, or whether it is moving on and playing at the next level somewhere and being able to get their schooling paid for.
Yeah, we weren't taught enough. I mean, at the time I was in high school, they had stopped doing PE till 10th grade. So it was no 11th or 12th PE. And I don't think they had enough. They always called it health, whatever, and we do a little test and all that. We really didn't learn a whole lot about diet and nutrition and everything.
No.
I had no idea. I learned from my mom she was trying to do weight loss, and I got hooked on chicken.
Yeah.
And I knew nothing about eggs or fish as being these great foods for, working out and building muscle and everything. So I was definitely on the losing end as far as like knowledge went.
You're still addicted to chicken, right?
I do love me some chicken, man.
Yeah, I bet you do.
I do. And I don't care if it's fried or baked or whatever. I just love chicken.
I'll never forget my health high school coach taught health class.
Okay.
And he was the head football coach, and he's since passed away now. But a great guy. Coach Gartman was his name. And, in health class, man, it was just one of those, it was just a funny class, because it talked about, back then, it really talked about, let's see, I guess I can say this on the air, STDs. So you had to be very careful. So the coach would always talk about,
and we were teenagers,
kind of stuff.
So there's some cut up kids like
there was
me in
always,
the class.
Yes, there was always those.
But we had one of the coaches as a interview here, and before he said nutrition, he said sleep. These kids don't sleep enough when they're a teenager. And let me tell you, you didn't have to tell me twice to sleep when I was a teenager.
We had Coach Tommy Joe Whidden on here not too long ago, and one of the things that he talked about during his time that he was with us was sleep, and how important it was, and how they have
recovery. They
have put that into their training with their new strength and conditioning coach that they just hired over at Mosley, and they definitely hold sleep as at high esteem. I mean, shoot, as well as did you stay up all night on the weekends when you were younger? Because I did. I mean, I was like up late. We watched movies. We'd go get a movie because, Friday nights you get pizza and a movie. And man, because we didn't have, now I'm dating myself, telling how old I am. We didn't have iPads. I mean, we had a Nintendo, but that was, how many times you going to rescue the princess? Right?
Yeah. So, when I was a junior, senior, I did stay up late night watching TV and everything. And then once I was 18, drinking age in Louisiana was 18 at the time.
Yeah.
So boom, I was out the door.
That.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
But during the weekdays, let me tell you something. I'd sleep 8 hours at night and I'd take a 2-hour nap when I got home from school, and then I'd go work out.
One of our text line callers has texted in and said, I had to take nutrition in college, but I remember back when we had home ec.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun, and you learn how to cook.
That's right.
Stuff.
My daughters did that. Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, that's a good point. I did forget about home ec. They used to cook.
You took home ec?
No. I didn't take it. I didn't take it.
I took home ec and I was the only guy. All those girls. I took it for the girls.
Yeah, there were people that did that a lot. Mm-hmm.
I won't tell your wife.
I don't even know if she's listening, but I didn't have trouble with the females.
I did. I was a big loser.
Well, let's talk about something about high school real quick that impacted our state, impacted one of the biggest high schools, as far as for football and basketball, baseball, IMG Academy. I've been hesitant on talking about it because I thought it might have been fake news because how outlandish it was. But one of the kids there, their money.
Not just one.
There's more than one?
Multiple kids, tuition.
Multiple kids' tuition at IMG Academy, which is $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
Has been tracked back to the drug cartels in Mexico.
And they're getting fined $1.7 million?
And they've been fined $1.7 million, the school has, because they accepted the payments and they knew where it was coming from. They basically said that they had guilt for knowingly and willingly accepting the money from the drug cartels. So this is a big-time scandal because you know as well as I do, IMG Academy, some of the people that have come from IMG Academy, Evan Neal, Kellen Mond, J.J. McCarthy, a lot of stars have come from there, and it's a hotbed for talent for basketball, baseball, and football.
Yeah, and other sports.
Yeah, soccer,
all of it. Golf,
everything.
Tennis, track, all of it.
And with Florida being a state that you can just go to any school you want, that school, you can just go there, but it's like I said, guys, it's 60.
It's like a college.
Yeah, it's a college. They got a professional weight room.
Oh, yeah.
They've got indoor pools. They
trainers.
got indoors. Yeah, they got trainers. They got it all. And so they're ranked number one in the country every single year in football. And every one of their players is a scholarship D1 player on their roster.
Hey, the drug cartel's got to spend their money on something.
So they're, you know what their position is that they produce more athletes from in football?
What?
Offensive line.
Yeah.
And they had their pro day last night, and the stars weren't the offensive line.
Who was it?
It was the wide receivers.
Really?
And they had stars. One of them was going to USC, one going to Georgia, and the third one going to Ohio State. And they had a couple of first-rounders go in last year's draft that were non-wide receivers. And this year, they're supposedly having two people show up to the draft who are supposedly going to go in the first round. And this year it will be the first year that they will have a wide receiver go in the first round from IMG. And that is Carnell Tate from Ohio State.
Yeah. So when you look at it, all of those high schools that are, prolific every single year in, year out. I mean, you remember Bo Scarborough, he went there. And, just those guys. And it's just like, gosh, it's $60,000 and they do camps and you can get recognized. And
but you get scholarships. There are scholarships to go there.
Yeah. I mean, Bo Scarborough, I'm sure, got a full ride to go there. And that's what's crazy is, now that you can do NIL and give scholarships to go, like these guys are to get them there is costing the university or somebody millions of, or the high school millions of dollars.
Oh yeah.
So I mean that's But man,
I bet you agents swarm on that campus.
Oh, for
and
sure.
Access is just like unreal.
Yeah, I mean, you could imagine, and that's why. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair for them to be winning state championships?
I mean, they're on a different kind of level.
Yeah, I mean, they don't play that.
That's the unfair part of it.
They allow. I don't think they allow them in the state.
The regular one, yeah, they shouldn't.
But they get the national champions and all that with
you.
USA
Imagine
Today.
they go scrimmage like I don't know, Tampa Community College. You know, their football team.
Yeah,
probably do.
beat them. Yeah,
Maybe.
probably beat them. I mean, you got to think every one of the players is a Division I prospect.
Yeah.
And if they're a junior, they're still a Division I prospect. But either way, we're going to go ahead and take our next break. When we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit of college football and some NFL news you don't want to miss. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Reach out and smack someone. Call or text now. 850-215-6290. The Red 17 Studio Line. Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This Saturday night, it's the Kentucky Wildcats at the Auburn Tigers. Kentucky enters the game on bubble watch after back-to-back losses to Florida and Georgia, while Auburn looks to snap a multi-game slide and secure a signature home win. Coverage from Neville Arena starts at 7:30, tip-off at 8. Saturday on your home for the Auburn Tigers.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. A mixture of mostly clouds and very light rain tonight with a low near 66 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clouds tomorrow morning and a temperature of 71. About the same in the afternoon and evening around 73 with light sprinkles. Lightly sprinkling Sunday and quite warm around 67. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win. Subs, chips, and drinks for 4 at Jersey Mike's on 23rd Street. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and crush the contest button.
Winning.
The ESPN Northwest Florida app is available for Android and Apple.
When the sun sets on the Emerald Coast, the freaks come out and play.
Hi, I'm a recovering crackhead.
Hand me that shotgun. Get on your knees!
The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 5 o'clock, and you're locked in right here to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, and we're so excited that you've decided to join us. Maybe you just got out of work. You got a big weekend planned. Well, thank you so much for being right here with us. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 17's phone line, 850-215-6290, the Red 17's. your place for custom apparel right here in the Panhandle. Speaking of custom apparel, if you haven't checked it out on Facebook, I know some of you are just listening on the radio, but you can check it out later on our Facebook page. Me and Jeffrey wearing the Tops Rip Night custom shirts that we had made. Not us, but Tops made these, and they gave them to us. So we're a big-time Tops Rip Night happening at Instant Replay Sports Cards over there in the Stanford Station right beside Academy Sports and Sweet Frog. Happens tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. It's a fun time for the kids. It's $30, and you get all kinds of free cards, and they're going to be trade-in and all of that. And also PCB Hobby, they're going to be having big discounts for Tops Rip Night over there with those guys. So go over there and see both of them, and it's going to be pretty cool. But either way, we got to talk about some stuff going on with college football. It was discussed later today that Kirk Cincinnati has agreed to a new deal at Indiana. Pushes his annual salary up to $13.2 million a year through 2033. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, he did the job. End result.
You believe in that?
Well, yeah. Results may vary, and it depends how much effort you put into it. And he put a whole heck of a lot of effort into it.
I know, but what I'm saying is the question is not about effort. The question is you agree with paying these guys an extraordinary amount of money after having 2 good seasons back to back, and one of them winning the national championship. Like, I get it. I'm not saying I disagree with what Indiana's doing, but I mean, we've seen this before, not necessarily winning a national title, but we've seen it with, say, like a Mike Norvell, where they give him all this money and then now they're stuck. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about that? Like, tell me how you feel, because you think it's just. It sounds like you thought it was justly to be able to give him that amount of money.
Well, I mean, this is a free enterprise, free country, and we'll let the market decide the values. And we don't price control things.
What is the market?
It's how much these colleges are willing to fork out for certain sports, especially football, because they're the money makers.
Yeah. Do you think that the college coaches will ever be surpassed by the players of the NIL?
Ooh, yes. There will be players that will pass them up.
Wow. You mean because the coach is only making $6 million, $7 million, $3 million, $4 million per year? You're not talking about. Do you think the top 3 coaches every single year will ever get surpassed by a one player?
I mean, if you're making $11 million, no.
Yeah. So 11 is the number?
Well, I mean, there's coaches making $11 million a year right now in college football, right?
Yeah, but is there $11 million? What's the highest NIL money? Is it 7?
Oh, no, not per year. Like even the guy that got the Michigan Wolverines quarterback job, young
Underwood,
mm-hmm. That's it. He, they told you amount like $13 million, but that's over 4 years. So he's making like $3 million a year. You know, no, it's not even in the ballpark right now. But give it about 20, maybe 22 years. Yeah, and we could be talking that they're going to be equal.
22.
No, because the thing is, we can forecast.
Such a weird number.
No, but we can forecast 5 years out. Maybe 10, maybe. But then the explosiveness of money, I mean, we've watched it in the last 30, 20 years. Things have changed over time, and we just would have never forecasted like this. If we had known back 20, 30 years ago, we would have made investments and stuff because we just did not think that it would expand like this.
Yeah. I mean, how much money it is costing the university, and seeing how much these colleges are losing in the other sports, and allowing one sport to carry it, possibly 2 sports to carry it, basketball being the second. Yeah, I mean,
you better look into how many basketball programs make a profit.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Alabama. That's who I was thinking of right off the top of my head, because really Alabama made $64 million in their football program. Yeah. And it was like $8 or $9 million in profit on their basketball program.
And see, that's unusual, because if you would have been talking 7 or 8, 9 years ago, there was like 3 basketball programs in the nation that were turning a profit in college basketball.
And that was without paying players.
Yes, that was.
So now you're talking about paying the players.
Yeah.
I mean,
so now they're charging more money for basketball tickets.
Is that how they get it?
A little merchandise.
Merchandise, and
yeah.
I mean,
and then TV deals.
That's where the money comes from.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the big deal. The money comes from the TV deals. You know, so it's just one of those things where it's just kind of like, man. So let's get into one. Let's get into this. Mm-hmm. So this has been a big deal. You know Reese Davis off College Game Day. Yeah. You also know Dan Wetzel, who's a senior writer.
Yeah.
They had a podcast that they were discussing some things. And you know, one of the things that they were discussing, and I want to get your opinion about this, and I get it, it's basketball season, and we're still in February, so we still got some time. We're going to definitely dive into heavy basketball, especially whenever we're getting around close to who's going to get in, who's going to get out, conference championships and all that.
Schlucks on Sunday.
Right, but I definitely want us to talk about this because this is really, it made my ears perk a little bit. What if Notre Dame's independence model is the future of college football? And before you throw it away, I want you to think about this. All right, you ready? Let me read this to you. Okay, this is serious. This is good. Currently, all right. So this is current. The Big Ten's 3 largest brands: Michigan, Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 largest brands.
You got that part right.
All right. Yeah, I forgot your love for Penn State, so there you go.
Yeah, and actually, if you were going to go and say some off-ball, program, because USC's 4th in this. But go ahead, the top 3.
So currently, the Big Ten's top 3 brands receive conference payouts of roughly $78 million if they were to go independent and maintain control of their own media rights. Mm-hmm. They could potentially make double or triple that amount. So we've been worried about the many NFL super conferences that have been forming, but could this be the real future of college football? Because realistically, when you look at it, that's exactly what each individual brand can make. I remember back when Texas first came out with the Texas Longhorns Network. And that was just such this big deal, and it was such a big thing. And honestly, it was one of those things where Nick Saban, they said whenever they were trying to lure Coach Saban to come coach at Texas from Alabama. Remember his daughter was going there, and they bought a house in Texas, and everybody's like, oh, my gosh, Nick Saban's looking for a house, and I saw him in the area. He's going to Texas, and everybody was worried. Everybody was fretting up, and everybody was upset. One of the biggest things that Nick Saban said is that the Texas Longhorn Network was requiring him inside of his contract to do a show even in the off season every week.
Wow.
And he said, I do not want to do anything like that in the off season. This is a younger Nick Saban. This is a Nick Saban that didn't like to be on TV. He was a football coach. It's not the Nick Saban now that's on College Game Day. He's a little different, a little older, whatever.
Yeah.
But getting back to the realization of this could be realistically a lot of money for these universities. Now, let me preface this, and I'm gonna let you have the floor, okay? But I'm kind of being like the lawyer here. I'm throwing all the facts out.
This is what you're working with.
Yeah, I'm working it right here. So Notre Dame has the contract with NBC. Mm-hmm. They make all the money on the TV deals with NBC. They make so much money. Mm-hmm. What is the Big Ten pushing for? When they just had the meetings the other day.
24
so that more people can get into it. They also, during their talks, it was said and overheard as well that the Big Ten is wanting to do away with the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
So realistically, if they do away with the Big Ten championship, if they go to the 24 teams, what really would stop each individual teams, your Ohio States. Why would Ohio State need the Big Ten when Notre Dame is already doing the solo thing by themselves? And not only that, let's add in the 2026 new rule for Notre Dame that if we're ranked in the top 11 or top 12, we automatically get a bid. So who's to say in this 24-team layout of a playoff that Ohio State, as big as their brand is, that Michigan, as big as their brand is, that Penn State, I know people don't think they're, because they haven't won a national title, but they're a big brand, go solo. And they can do their own thing. And they can get their own conference schedules. They can get their own teams that they can do. They can follow Notre Dame's way of doing things to the T. And now could we possibly be in the place to where no more are we going to have Big Ten being the true Big Ten? And you know how it works. You know it, Jeffrey. You know it. If the Big Ten does it,
others will follow.
The SEC's going to do it too.
Yeah.
All right, you got the floor.
Okay, for starters, not everybody's Notre Dame.
Okay.
Secondly, relevance. You do realize that it is a huge risk to go out on your solo self, just out by yourself, and becoming the next Nebraska or Pittsburgh. And what I mean by that is these are programs that were perpetually in the conversation, and now they're no longer in the conversation. They don't have the brand that they used to have. There's teams in basketball that are like that. There's teams in baseball that are like that. It's not just a football thing. We all know that Nebraska has not played a national championship game since, 97? Pittsburgh hasn't played a national championship game since, 82?
Yeah, Dan Marino.
Dan Marino. Penn State was a nobody until a year ago, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance where these schools can fade into obscurity. Two of the bigger ones, you would never even think that these were two big brands back in the days, but Syracuse and Minnesota. These are huge names that won national titles, had Heisman Trophy winners for a couple of them for Syracuse, and they no longer are. Times will change. Populations will shift. Michigan has a worse situation than Ohio does because of population shifts, money shifts, Fortune 500 companies moving out of your state. That's the potential for these universities because, you could fall on deaf ears and then nobody's even paying attention any longer.
Good point. I want to read something that Nate Robbins just wrote. All it needs is a streaming giant like Prime, Netflix, or another offer to those brands to have solid rights.
But there will not be enough opportunities for different universities to get those deals. How many deals can you really give out? 20?
Yeah.
15?
Yeah.
There will not be 30 or 40. So the schools like Purdue will be left out.
Yeah, I mean those, but we're just talking about
the big ones. You're just talking about those three big ones, and then all the other cards fall, like your Georgias and your Floridas, and maybe Kentucky in basketball, Texas, obviously, Texas A&M, Oklahoma,
Alabama, Miami, Clemson, it's LSU.
You think of Alabama as being this big brand, but overall, when you look at non-football stuff, Alabama is not even in the top 20 as far as brand goes because of money and population. And that's what drives everything.
Well,
they put a lot of money and support towards football.
Well, what else does Ohio State do?
Yeah. Basketball, but it's really not even that great because we can't remember the last time they won in basketball.
No. Jared Sullinger year.
There's schools that excel, like Tennessee does stuff like women's basketball, track, baseball. Tennessee does other stuff, right? But you know how many men's Final Fours Tennessee Volunteers have been to? 1. LSU's been to 4.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we have a better basketball program than Tennessee because we don't. Not this decade.
But it's not necessarily always about the winning. It's more about the show me the money side.
Yeah.
And this could be the way for the larger groups, for the ones that can do it.
Yeah.
And you could have 3 or 4 or 5 drop, and you're talking about a collapse of the Big Ten, half the top of the pie that everybody goes there for. If you look at it right now, if you take off Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon, and say Penn State. Okay, just take 4.
Yeah.
Those 4, you're going to tell me that conference is going to sustain, that conference is going to be able to be the same type of conference, is going to be able to put the money into it. It's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same, but it will survive.
It'll survive.
Yeah.
And they'll have to add. They'll probably, pull from other conferences to try to make it better.
I don't think they will.
But I'm just saying.
It won't make it better. When you add a TCU.
It depends on making the money. It depends on what you're talking about. It could be a Clemson coming over, or it could be, you know what I mean? Then they would be offering more people.
Then there will be another conference collapse. Either the Big 12 or the ACC will collapse if they pull. But I don't think the Big 10 even needs to do that.
See, I do. I think it does. I think if we looked at their balance sheets, and here we are, sports radio, talking about balance sheets in college football.
It's
but
relevant.
If you look at it, if you look at it, a lot of those schools are not holding their weight, or not pulling their weight in that conference, and they're being pulled up because of Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and all of those guys that bring in money to the conference. They're all making money when those guys are the ones going to the college football playoff. And they're giving money back to the conferences. And it's almost like, well, I'm doing all the work here. Why should I just sit over here and not do what Notre Dame's doing? You're telling me right now that Ohio State could not do what Notre Dame's doing? I believe they could.
Yeah, they could.
Out of everybody I named, Ohio State could do it because they've got the fan base, they've got the boosters, they've got the alumni, and they've got the traditional powerhouse of being a football program that pulls in the money. And if you're telling me that Ohio State goes and works with Prime, or goes and works with Netflix, or something like that, that would be huge. And that would be so big that, I mean, it would just be one of those crazy stories that you would have. Now you would have Ohio State negotiating. If we're in the top 12, we're getting an automatic bid.
Well, what kept Penn State and Pitt from being independent?
I don't know.
Money. That's why they joined the conference.
Yeah, because money used to be the way in because of everybody brings their money together.
Yeah.
But now when they go to these college football playoff games and they win, they win their games and go to the next round, that whole conference is getting a share of the money.
Yeah, but do you think that they're all benefiting? They're not, because you know why? Schools like Rutgers and Northwestern are trying to keep up with the Joneses and spend the same amount of money as these big schools, and they're not turning the profit, and they're in the red, and they're not as bad as Cal Berkeley, but they're in the red.
Yeah,
and that's not making money.
But they're still getting.
They're still getting money, but they're still
money.
Not enough.
Yeah, it may not solve their problem, but it lessens their debt. So
no, because they weren't in the debt before they joined the conference. Rutgers was Big East.
Yeah, but the Big East is gone.
Yeah,
will we see a conference go away? Let me say this before we go to our next break. We are going to be giving out the $25 Lone Star Bowl House. Now, listen, they've got all of the specials going on. They've got so much over there. It's crazy. They've got crawfish. They've got regular. They've got crab. They got every kind of crab that you can eat. I'm just like, gosh.
Not hermit crab.
I don't. Can you eat hermit crab?
Probably not.
I think if you put anything over a grill, you could probably eat it.
In Louisiana, we would.
Yeah, I'd say
leave it to occasion.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll put some seasoning on.
You're half Cajun. We throw a little saute on that.
We'll boil them up.
Yeah. So either way, hey. So the Lone Star Boil House $25 gift card, that boot store $25 gift card, and a 12-pack of Buffalo Rock. We're going to be giving that away right after the break, soon as we come back. So if you're listening right now, you're going to be calling in. You want to get this prize pack. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Your home for college basketball. ESPN Northwest Florida.
The number 12 Florida Gators travel to face the Ole Miss Rebels this Saturday. Riding a 6-game winning streak, Florida comes in as one of the hottest teams in the country.
You saw that coming, Radford.
While Ole Miss is currently mired in an 8-game losing skid. Coverage starts Saturday morning at 10:30, tip-off at 11 on your home for Florida Gator basketball.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with Friday's weather forecast. A mixture of mostly clouds and very light rain tonight with a low near 66 and a wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clouds tomorrow morning and a temperature of 71. About the same in the afternoon and evening around 73 with light sprinkles. Lightly sprinkling Sunday and quite warm around 67. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Reliable Copy Products is proud to be the exclusive dealer in Northwest Florida for Kyocera office equipment. Reliable Copy Products has been committed to providing professional, personalized service for the last 35 years. They understand that the right equipment does not always fall within today's budget requirements, so they offer several options for the equipment you need today for the growth you expect tomorrow. Call James Smothers at 784-6601. 784-6601. Reliable Copy Products on Harrison Avenue, just north of Bay High School.
Your goals matter, and at Anytime Fitness Panama City, they're ready to help you crush them. With expert coaching, personal training, and virtual workouts through the Anytime Fitness app, you'll have all the support you need inside the club and beyond. Limited time only. Join today for just $1 down and start your fitness journey now. Don't wait. Visit 107 West 23rd Street, Suite W8, or call 850-818-8184. Anytime Fitness. Let's make healthy happen.
Pound the like and crush the subscribe. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is live on YouTube. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball right here in the Panhandle. We're so glad to have you joined us today. Don't forget, you can call and be a part of the show, 850-215-6290. The Red 7T's phone line is open and active right now. You can be a part of it. And just like I said before we went on the break, we are ready to now give away the Lone Star Bullhouse $25 gift certificate, the $25 Boot Store gift certificate, and a 12-pack of Buffalo Rock. You are ready to go. Bone Crusher, we're going to take caller number 10 today. And so if that's you, call in. $25 gift certificate to Bullhouse, $25 Boot Store gift certificate, and a 12-pack of Buffalo Rock of your choice. You can call 850-215-6290. That is the number, and they are ready to go. Let's jump over to the NFL and talk a little bit about it. I know we discussed it. I wanted to share this with you. We talked about Mike Evans, and we talked about all of the places where there was an opportunity for him to go. Mm-hmm. And then, we were talking about his numbers and was he Hall of Fame and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So I'm going to read you this statistic. Most seasons with 1,000 receiving yards in the history. All right? Most times, most seasons that you've had 1,000 yards receiving yards in the NFL.
Yeah.
Number 1, Jerry Rice, 14.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Mike Evans, 11. Mm-hmm. Number 3, Randy Moss at 10. Number 4, newly Hall of Famer Larry Fitzgerald at 9. Not sure Terrell Owens will ever get in, number 9. Jimmy Smith with 9. Tim Brown with 9. So there you go. For me, it's definitely going to be Mike Evans, Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't think so?
Yeah, he will be Hall of Famer. I don't think he'll be first ballot.
Maybe not. Maybe not a first ballot. But Is there anybody that, I mean, when you watched him play though, because I feel like you kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. You do realize he's the reason why Johnny Manziel won the. Johnny Manziel would run around in the yard like he was playing backyard football. All right, and I don't love Johnny Manziel. He beat my Crimson Tide. I get it. I don't like him. I don't like his stuff. Right?
Yeah.
He runs around, and what does he do? He just throws it up. Who goes and gets it?
Evans.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Look at that year. How many times the ball was just thrown up in the air and Mike Evans, I thought Mike Evans was 6'7" back in the day, but he wasn't. But I'm just saying because he knew how to go and get the high ball.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But you got to give me more than, he's good.
Okay. I mean, I guess you were trying to lean towards disagreeing with me when I said he wasn't top 20 of all time.
He is. He is. He's got to be. You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
I mean, I'll sit down and make 20 names, and you'll know why.
No way. No.
And they play 17 games every year now with a bye week. Guys in the back of the days are playing 14 and 16 games. They were putting up, pretty dang good numbers.
Yeah, and they could knock your head off back then. Now they can't, or they'll get kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
Or they'll get a 15-yard penalty. They still do it, but I'm just saying.
With no bye.
Right. Well, we got a winner. We are going to the phone line. Who am I talking to right now on the phone line?
This is Coach O's. How you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic, Coach. You are the winner of the Boyle House $25 gift card, the $25 of that boot store, and the 12-pack of Buffalo Rock of your choice. How does that make you feel for this beautiful weekend?
Super excited.
You are super excited. I am too, man. I'm telling you. Go over there, and do you like crawfish or no?
Say it one more time. You were breaking up.
Do you like crawfish or no?
My wife does, and happy wife, happy life.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll tell you this: they got great food over there. The atmosphere is electric. It's so fun. They got a lot of the Olympic stuff on right now. They got college basketball, college baseball starting up, and I think they even have some of the women's sports as well. So it's going to be fun. So, Coach Olds, we're going to do it the old school way, if you don't mind. Tell us what station and what show gives the best prize packs in the Panhandle.
You broke up.
Our phone line. We need to get us a new phone line. It's killing us. Can you give us can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
All right. We're going to do it old school. Give us the station and the show that gives out the best prize packs in the Panhandle.
104.3, you guys, best show ever, every afternoon. If I'm not coaching actively, my radio is on with you guys for Sports Blitz. I am every day.
Well, we appreciate you so much, Coach, and we hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Thank you for calling in, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. Bone Crusher is going to get some information from you real quick. But talking about Mike Evans, he's, to me, I don't know. I bet you if you come with a list on Monday, I'll be able to dispute some of the numbers.
Yeah. You always throw out one or two. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Lynn Swan. You're like, what in the heck? You didn't watch him.
No.
Because you were in diapers.
That's right. I was too young. But, I mean, that's just part of it. Now,
go
ahead. Go ahead.
No. I mean, there's guys back in the days that you just you discredit and you don't realize how great they were.
No, I mean, I believe that
we're talking about, are we on the 60th Super Bowl already?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. 60 years. All I have to do is every 3 years say one wide receiver that's better, and I have a list of 20 people.
You definitely have to have some people in your mind right now, those old school people that you think is better than...
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
who?
No. I'm not going into. You want me to write down 20, and you throw out 2 or 3 to get Evans in to the top 20 of all time.
Somebody from the Red 70s line just texted in and said, how many teams would Jamison Williams be a number 1 wide receiver on? Because Amon St. Brown is the number 1 for the Detroit Lions. Mm-hmm. But Jamison Williams, how many teams would he be the number 1? I think he'd be number 1 with Pittsburgh for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a lot of teams that have 2 wide receivers that you're wondering if the second guy is a 1B.
Would he be a 1 at the Dolphins with Jalen Waddle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah. And then the Eagles, Devonta Smith. He's a 2, right?
Yeah, he's a 2.
If A.J. Brown's gone, guess what?
Jamison Williams would be a 1 there.
Yeah.
He would be. As much as I love Devontae, Jamison Williams would be a number 1 because he can just stretch the field, which Devontae can too. I mean, he'd be a number 1 with the Saints.
Yeah.
He's better than Olave.
Yeah.
What about the Cardinals? What about, is he better than McMillan from the Panthers?
Shaheed, they went to the Seahawks from the Saints.
Yeah.
He's a return man now. I mean, come on. He was the number 1 guy for the Saints.
Yeah.
For a year.
He was.
And they got rid of him.
And now he's a return man. He's a slash guy.
And that's crazy.
He plays.
So somebody can start at 1 could be a number 3 somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's the situation we've got.
So you do know we've talked about, if you're not watching and you're just listening on the radio, me and Jeffrey's wearing Tops Rip night shirts. And with that being said, I've got a question for you. It's about the NFL, and I want to know what you think about it. So there's 2 cards that are the same. Mm-hmm. That are Topps cards of Jackson Dart and Cam Ward. They're the exact same card. They're the card that, but let me tell you the numbers. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to bring this up. We do a lot of cards here, so I wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to hear what you thought.
So Cam Ward, who won 3 games with the Titans.
Number 1 pick.
And Jackson Dart, who went, 12th or 14th. He went probably later than that, huh?
Yeah.
And then he won 4 games with the Giants, right?
Yeah. So
and he got hurt.
About the same. Cam Ward's playing on a team that doesn't have an offense, doesn't have a defense.
Yeah.
The
Giants are putting it together. They have little pieces.
They had pieces. They were definitely better than the Titans.
Yeah.
Cam Ward's card sold for $5,000. This specific card.
Yes,
all right?
A rookie card.
So the same card of Jackson Dart sold for $15,000.
So 5,000, 15, so triple. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wow.
Is Cam Ward 3 times better than Jackson Dart? Is it the market? Is it the player?
It's the market.
Play?
It's a market. People are willing to get people are willing to pay for it, and also the future, whether they think that quarterback is ever going to be in a playoff game. And they think that Jackson Dart has the situation with the Giants and Harbaugh as the coach to make it to the playoffs, where they don't think that the Titans, they might make the playoffs, but they're not going to win a game. So that's the expectations.
So the expectation of the new coaching staff. Now, isn't it funny that Brian Daboll is the offensive coordinator for Cam Ward now?
Yeah.
Who was the head football coach
a reject. A reject from the Giants is over the Titans. What are you trying to sell me?
Offensive.
Because that didn't work.
No, what I'm saying is that the former head coach who picked and drafted Jackson Dart is now the offensive coordinator for the Titans. And just so you know, every coach that got hired for the Titans, they're all bald. So there you go. So Robert Saleh is the head football coach there now, and but he is fired. So let me give you.
Most of the coaches are fired at some point, I guess. Right? They're all rejects somewhere to go somewhere else.
That's true. Do you think he's going to turn it around? They're going to be better than they were last year.
The Titans?
Yeah.
No. Not next year, but the year after, yes. I think there's going to be some point where the Titans are going to turn this around. But, it's sad because I was listening to ESPN National Radio today, and I barely was listening to it, but they were talking about Eagles' schedule next year, and they talked about, they got to play the Colts and the Texans division. And I was thinking, a year ago, we would have thought that was easy.
Yeah.
And now the ESPN National people are trying to sell us on that's a hard division to play because the Jaguars are the third team in that conversation to talk about, but nobody's talking about the Titans.
That's kind of being a tough conference. If you think about how good the Texans are, the Texans have got a problem at quarterback. We're going to see what is going to happen. The Colts also have a problem at quarterback.
Yes.
Are they going to bring Danny Dimes back? Are they going to, is Indiana Jones coming back? Is he going to be better than he was? Is he going to be the same? Or what is the deal? So, I mean, when you look at that, that's going to be a part that's going to play a big role in that conference.
Well, that's a conversation for next week. Are the Jaguars one of the top 3 teams to try and repeat as division champs?
Possibly, yeah.
I mean, if you have quarterback problems on the second and third place team, and where nobody's even thinking that the Titans are going to win that division next year.
How can you score on the Texans if they add to that defense?
Oh, no.
They're so good. They're so fast. And obviously you got injuries and all that. Because if you think about it, the San Francisco 49ers would be the Texans probably had they not had all the injuries. And let's just be honest. I wanted to say one more. The Seahawks now have hired Northern Illinois' head football coach, Thomas Hammock, as their new running backs coach and senior offensive
head coach is going to wide receiver coach?
Running backs.
Okay, running backs is going to wide receivers coach.
Yep. And Hammock is expected to become the NFL's highest paid running back coach. So you remember him, Northern Illinois. He's the head football coach that beat Notre Dame 2 years ago.
Well, not the head coach, but the running backs coach.
No. The head football coach at Northern Illinois that beat Notre Dame 2 years ago is now the running backs coach for the Seattle Seahawks. And he is going to be the highest running back coach paid in the NFL.
Okay. Okay, so I got mixed up then. Okay. So it was not 2 years ago. It was last year.
No, it was 2 years ago. Northern Illinois.
Yeah, Northern Illinois.
Beat Notre Dame 2 years ago, not last year. Because the last year, they lost to A&M in Miami. That was their only 2 losses.
No. Okay, well, okay. A year and...
Okay, 2 seasons ago.
So this season we just ended, yes, they lost to A&M and Miami.
Oh, okay, I give you.
You're saying like a
2
year
seasons ago.
They lost in September of 24. Yeah, so a year and a half ago almost.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it wasn't that very long ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah, they're 2 years removed. So the Northern
and he learned something from him because he had a conversation with Freeman. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
because he said, "Hey, how did you beat me?" And then he told him, and then Freeman knew how to adjust and not have those insecurities as like how we're going to win out, and they end up winning out.
Yeah, they lost
11
at the end.
Well, they went 11-1. I mean, to lose an early season game to Northern Illinois and finish out 11-1
and go to the championship
game.
Yeah, it's really good. And then the next year they just didn't learn because they lost to Miami and Texas A&M. So I guess they need to ask Mike Elko and Mario Cristobal how do you play again?
How'd you do it, boss?
But either way. Recommended Collision Center right here in Panama City. If your vehicle needs to be repaired, that's the place to go. Brandon and those guys take good care of you. They do it like they're doing it for their mom. When you do something for your mom, it's a big deal. You want to make sure you do it right. Or if you want to even say this, they do it like they're doing it for their wife.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking care of you. Want to make sure your vehicle is good to go and ready and look good. They don't want you going out there looking. The biggest thing is, when you have teenagers or you have high schoolers in your house and you have to take them to dances or you take them to football games and drop them off or take them to the bowling alleys or whatever. And nothing more embarrassing for those kids to have a car that's got all kinds of damage on it and it's not fixed, and you drop them off and all the kids are looking at us and, making Facebook posts or making Instagram like, look at her dad's truck, So go take your vehicle over to Recommended Collision Center. Talk to Brandon. They've got 2 of them, so you can talk to one or the other one, and they'll get you fixed right up. They're on Jinx Avenue. You can look them up on Facebook, and Brandon comes on Wednesdays, and so either way, do that. They'll take great care of you. When we come back, got 2 things I definitely want to talk about. We got big news in college football that we got to talk about. It's going to hurt a program. You listen to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Calvert.
The Dodgers, yeah, they make a lot of money. So do the Yankees. But they pour it back into research and development and scouting and their pitching staff. The Dodgers pay their announcers a lot. They pay their scouts more. And so when you think of class and winning in baseball, it's like, oh, Dodgers.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 1.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Celebrate National Margarita Day, Sunday, February 22nd at Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina. You'll enjoy 2-for-1 on all margaritas. All margaritas are 2-for-1. This is the day dedicated to enjoying margaritas crafted with tequila, lime, and triple sec. It's a fun occasion to indulge in margaritas with friends and family. The legendary Pepper's Mexican Grill and Cantina. Now with 2 locations, Back Beach next to Home Depot and Highway 77.
That boot store can help you dress in style, from casual Western wear for a night out with family and friends to a special meeting that requires a fashion touch with Western flair. From boots to hats, belts to shirts to jeans and a lot more for the smallest of the largest in name brand Western attire, including Carhartt work clothes. Shop that boot store for the whole family. Open Tuesday through Thursday 9 to 5, Friday and Saturday 9 to 5:30. Next to Billboard Kia, 15th Street, Panama City, where God is good all the time.
Looking to upgrade your truck? It's Blue Diamond Truck Accessories in Panama City. They sell, service, and install it all. Light kits, bed covers, bumpers, winches, lift kits, and any trailer hitch you can imagine. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, just west of Frankfurt Avenue on 15th Street. Find Blue Diamond Truck Accessories on Facebook or call 850-914-0265. Blue Diamond Truck Accessories, 850-914-0265.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida has your chance to win. Subs, chips, and drinks for 4 at Jersey Mike's on 23rd Street. Just open the ESPN Northwest Florida app and crush the contest button.
Winning.
The ESPN Northwest Florida app is available for Android and Apple.
ESPN Northwest Florida. He once ate an entire birthday cake before he realized there was a stripper inside. LSU Jeff.
It's Officer Nasty.
Is part of the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, your spot for college basketball. Don't forget, Florida plays Ole Miss tomorrow and Kentucky and Auburn. I think Florida's at 10:30 and Kentucky and Auburn is at 7. Nah, I know they are. But either way, you're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson right here on 104.3 ESPN, and we're so glad that you have us locked in on your radio dial, and also whether you're watching us on Facebook. And as you can see, we're wearing our Tops Rip Night shirts that will be going on tomorrow at Instant Replay Sports Cards and over at PCB Hobby. Go check those guys out. A lot of cards to be had and some good deals going on. College basketball is definitely high on the radar, but we've got to discuss it. It finally came out. Today has been a day, and it's not a good day, Jeffrey. The Tennessee Volunteers. Joey Aguilar has been denied. He will not be able to play college football any longer. So with that being said, he will be going to the NFL Combine next week. So let's talk about two things. How does that hurt Tennessee?
Well, I mean, I was talking about them being the most improved team next year,
but not now.
I'm not going to be talking about them.
Not now.
And you were saying that Auburn. So if Auburn's not in the conversation, it's Texas for me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Tennessee, they didn't go active into the portal. We'll talk to Brandon about it, get all the backstory on Wednesday. But I'm just telling you, that is crazy because they put all their eggs in one basket. It seems like with Joey, they thought they were going to get it. Trinidad Chambliss got in. They were thinking maybe we're going to get in, and now they're not. Is that, I mean, this is bad. This is not good.
We need rules set in stone and not any courtroom deciding all this kind of stuff.
Courtrooms need to stay out of college sports.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's funny.
Out of the state of Georgia. Oh! Sorry about that.
Unless you're sleeping with your secretary, which is what Sharon Moore did.
Right. And there's been more stuff come out about Sharon Moore, allegedly.
Allegedly.
What?
Yes. No, I totally agree. That's the word we need to use to not be liable because, the lawyers are trying to find loopholes to get Sharon Moore out of this whole mess. But to be honest with you, he'll never coach another game on the college or pro level.
What?
Are you think that guy that will be back? Sharon Moore will be back.
Yes.
Ain't no way.
Yes.
Nope. I'll put money on it.
I'll put money on it. He will be back as a coordinator in 5 years. Yes, he will.
No.
Yes,
I'll
he
put
will.
Money against
He'll go somewhere and get rehabilitated, and he will come back. He might write a book. He might find, peace, or they might have another child or something.
Podcast. No.
I'm telling you, Sharon Moore will be back coaching somewhere. He might go to the Division II level, Division III level, NAIA, JUCO. He could go a lot of different places. Sure.
Okay.
I'm telling you
maybe
this.
Division III.
I'm telling you this. Are you going to look me in the eye and say that he's not coming back?
He's not coming back.
Ever.
Not in college or pro level. Will he be somewhere at a high school? Yes. He has a better chance of being a Baptist minister and teaching about how he messed up in life and how other people can't make the same decisions that he made than coaching in college or pro.
One name, 2 words, Bobby Petrino. Same deal. He went back to the same school that he did it at.
But did he break through somebody's door, allegedly? No, he had her on the back of a motorcycle.
Yeah.
It's different, man. It's different.
It's not. It is.
It is.
But
It
it's
is
not.
different. It is.
A
It is
little different.
No, it's a lot different. You don't break down somebody's door. No. That's
I'm not justifying it. Don't think that I'm justifying this. Do I think he deserves another shot? Hey, look, man.
We're sure. You're sure I'm not the former cop, and you, because you're the former cop.
I'm telling you right now, Sharon Moore will be another college coach one day. Maybe not head coach, but he will get a second shot because people give second chances, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah.
How many second chances have you had in life?
Like a few.
A bunch.
But the whistleblower at Penn State for the whole Sandusky thing, where is he? He's not coaching. What about the Spygate guy from Michigan? I forgot his name already.
Connor Stallions.
Connor Stallions, yeah, not coaching right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these guys, a lot of them get out. You don't realize a lot of people fade out and never coach again. And some of them you want back. We had one call in.
What?
Who was the Auburn coach you coached after Pat Dye? Oh, Bowden. Terry Bowden called in. I was like, man, this guy should have kept on coaching.
Yeah.
He should have kept on coaching. I would have loved that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to move over to another sport, and I've got some terrible news, and I want to know how you feel about it. Sunday Night Baseball is officially leaving ESPN after a 36-year run with its final broadcast in 2025. Beginning in the 2026 season, listen to this.
I know.
Bone Crusher, have you heard this? ESPN is replacing the weekly primetime Major League Baseball game with the Women's Sports Sunday featuring WNBA and NWSL matchups. NBC has taken over Sunday Night Baseball package. So I'm going to read this to you. The new Women's Sports Sundays will showcase the top games from the WNBA, featuring 12 live games over 9 weeks. The reason for the departure, listen to this. ESPN and MLB mutually agreed to terminate their previous rights agreement early, with ESPN opting to scale back its baseball investment. So NBC has secured the rights to Sunday Night Baseball through at least the 2028 season. While the Sunday night primetime slot is gone, ESPN will continue to broadcast a 30-minute or 30-game midweek MLB package. So, how in the world are they doing that? Like, I'm thankful that NBC stepped in, but realistically, what is what are they thinking?
Now, is this going to be NBC over the air? Or do I got to subscribe to Peacock? Or
I don't
something?
think so. I think you'll be able. I think it's going to be NBC's Sunday Night Baseball. I think
over-the-air transmission.
Yeah.
I think that's good because we need that. We need more over-the-air free programming.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was on ESPN on Sunday Night Baseball, and I look forward to it. That was, if you want to know the inside scoop on where Paul Wilson is on Sunday nights during baseball season, it's in front of my TV right there watching.
Because they favor the Yankees.
And the Dodgers.
Yeah.
You're going to see the best game of the week right there on a Sunday night, and it is fantastic. So I love it. So you know what my channel is going to be on Sunday night? NBC, baby. And I can't believe that because
I heard
you're gonna watch the WNBA?
No, I'm not.
What?
And I actually heard a whole talk about it today, and they were making fun that Caitlin Clark needs to play soccer also, and that every WNBA game needs to have Caitlin Clark because that's the only one anybody's interested in on that Sunday night slot that ESPN's going to have for women's sports.
So you think it is just a Caitlin Clark move on?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, so
that's what they're thinking that they would, in order to get any kind of ratings.
How do you feel about again, we're opinionated
I'm not
here.
I'm not anti women's sports.
I know you're not, but let me ask you this specifically about women's basketball, the WNBA, real quick.
Yes.
People fell in love with the WNBA because of one thing and one thing only, and that was Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And when they tried to push her aside and bring the other ones up instead of just allowing it to be what it's going to be, that's where they made the mistake. You ride your bell cow, and that's just how it's going to work.
Yeah.
People were tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark. They were not watching Angel Reese. And I know they tried to make them come in together like Larry and Magic, but it did not work. They don't like Angel. They do like Caitlin. They're going to watch more games when Caitlin's playing and less games when Angel's playing. Now, unless you just are a women's basketball fan, you're not going to want to watch anybody but Caitlin Clark. People want to see Caitlin Clark. Why did you think the other WNBA games were at the women's arenas or the lower arenas, but like when they go to Atlanta, not when Caitlin Clark goes to Atlanta to play in a basketball game,
the Hawks?
They play in the Hawks Stadium because there's so many people wanting to be there.
Yeah.
People take vacations to Indianapolis now outside of football season to go watch Caitlin Clark play for the Indiana Fever.
And people in dead zones that don't have a WNBA team, they look and see where's the nearest team.
Yes. It's just like when Michael played, when LeBron played, when Larry played, when Magic played, all of those guys. You may not like the team, but you went to the game because it was the closest way to get to see him. I remember I got to see LeBron play, and he was playing against the Hawks with the Cavs his rookie year.
Wow!
And I was in Atlanta. I was in the area suburb, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go watch LeBron play. He's here. Yeah. And I would go. Got good tickets, no problem. You could see him. Took some pictures, whatever. And that's the deal. That's what they need to do. They rode LeBron James because they knew after Kobe left, they had to have somebody that was going to raise up the game. They can try to keep saying all of this stuff. Yes, Ajaya Wilson is a great player. She's an NBA caliber, but she doesn't sell tickets. Caitlin Clark sells the tickets, and that's the way it's going to be. But you know what? I'm sorry about this, ESPN. When the game comes on Sunday night, my TV will not be on that game. It's going to be on NBC watching Sunday Night Baseball because of the Yankees, because of the Braves, because of the Dodgers, because of San Diego, because of these teams that are good that I want to watch. I want to watch Major League Baseball during baseball season. I don't want to watch women's basketball shooting layups.
Okay. So the chances of me watching a game on Sunday night, Major League Baseball, is maybe once a year. The chances of me watching a WNBA game in a whole year on a Sunday night is probably once a year. The chances of me watching women's soccer on a Sunday night is 0. I will not be watching soccer, much less women's soccer. And I've tried watching the WNBA, and there's too many missed shots, and it's just not, I'm not saying it's not good enough, but comparatively, it's not good enough.
They need to lower the rim and allow them to dunk on each other, and that'll cause more people to watch the WNBA.
And not expand. And you know what they're doing right now? The Players Association for the WNBA is in talks right now for more money, and they have already got a counter from the league.
But the only reason why they're not in the red is because they're subsidized by the NBA, who is also subsidized by the U.S. government. So realistically, that's what's going on, and they want more money for a failing product.
Yeah, how do you want more of a share of a nonprofit? I mean, because no, it's in the red.
I know.
Oh yeah, I want more of that $20,000 in the red. I want more percentage of that. I owe you money. That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. But you know what else doesn't make sense? We gotta go. It's Friday. We want you to have a great weekend, man. Enjoy yourself because it's going to get cold back on Monday and Tuesday. And we've got a special big surprise to announce on Monday's show. You don't want to miss it. It's big time. It's big, big, big time. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll see you next week.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. This tanking has been around this season. The Jazz were fined $100,000 for sitting Lauri Markkanen in multiple games. So the